Fined $35,000 for causing the Byron Lockdown. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.heise here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee. Let's have a look at this article from Yahoo Finance discussing, well, a teenager being fined $35,000 for causing the lockdown in Byron. Oh, how do you sit about this one, guys? You know, well, let's have a look. Let's see. So a son who caused a Byron lockdown fined $35,000. A teenager who sparked a 7-day lockdown in Byron Bay after traveling to the area with his father, who had COVID-19, has been fined $35,000. Christian Radonovanik, 19, did not appear for his sentence as he has traveled to Siberia with his father to care for his grandmother, the Waverley local court was told on Monday. He pleaded guilty to 4 charges after the Rose Bay family travelled to New South Wales Northern Rivers to purchase a farm in late July and failed to abide by public health orders. For not using a QR code and for failing to wear a mask in a general store, Christian was fined $5,000 and $7,500 respectively. And for not wearing a mask nor using a QR code in a taxi, he was fined $12,500 and $10,000 respectively. The former Gyp rocker was already serving a community corrections order following a police pursuit while drink driving, and a conditional release order for a fray after joining a brawl. Magistrate Paul Mulroney said all offences involved a disregard for public health and safety. He did not care at all about the rest of the community, he said. What he did was not just irresponsible, not just criminal, but had the real potential to put the lives and the well-being of the community at serious risk. I'm imposing substantial fines to drive home to other people who don't think this is serious. There should be significant consequences. Lawyer David Newham said Christian's father had twice tried to buy property in the northern region's rivers in 2020, but in June 2021, his senior business partner inspected a farm and in essence communicated, "This is the one." When a Serbian father tells his son to jump, Mr. Newham said, he asks how high. At that point in time, they didn't know they were infected with COVID-19 at all, the lawyer said. The family packed up some belongings and travelled to Byron Bay on July 31 to inspect the land, but were disappointed. The father, Zoran, made an offer on a Ninbin property on August 5, but by this time he was having breathing difficulties and assumed was chronic asthma. Days later, the 52-year-old was admitted to hospital with the virus, subsequently leading Byron Bay and surrounding areas into 1-week lockdowns in August. Mr. Newham said his client accepted there was no excuse for his conduct, but pointed out half the people around were doing the same thing. Zoran Radonovik's case is also up for mention at Lismore Court on Monday. So there we go, everyone. Fined $35,000 for the lockdown, for not using masks, for not using QR codes. What do you reckon? Let's have a talk about this one. Now, I can appreciate going around Byron, seeing no one else wearing a mask, and no one else doing the QR codes, and going, what's the point? No one's doing it. Why bother? But you can also see how they want to make an example of this guy. And it looks like the teenager has been going through a bit of a rough time recently, or really doesn't seem to give a crap. Although that isn't that unusual for teenage men. You kind of grow out of that. What do you reckon, everyone? Do you think it's fair to fine him this much? Or do you think perhaps a bit of leniency should be shown? Or the fact that if any leniency would have been shown, the government would have, well, looked weak? Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this one in the comments down below, guys. Check out this video about everyone fleeing Victoria, guys. The population is falling there significantly. Everyone's getting out. So I predict you're going to be left with an even more left-leaning Dan Andrews supporting state after everyone gets out. Good luck. See you next time.